I am Josh Allen, professional sound mixer. I use a K-Tech cabled boom pole. Normally I use my own gear on set, but recently I was offered the use of this boom pole. This is the CFP 516R. This is an Auray carbon fiber boom pole. The collar's locked, but the sections are anti-twist. And the main thing is that these sections will never turn, they'll never twist, which I was immediately curious about and interested in, because if you've used a cabled boom pole in the past, you've probably at some point come upon a problem, which is that the cable gets stuck inside the pole. Basically, from twisting and twisting over a day of shooting, you've kind of twisted the coiled cable that's inside here too many times, and you get to this point where you can't close the boom pole, and you run the risk of kind of like breaking or damaging the cable. You kind of have to stretch it out to its fullest length and then sort of let the cable unravel itself, and then sort of begin to collapse the pole, which is kind of a pain in the middle of a set. Like, you don't want to be like opening up a 16-foot boom pole necessarily, like in between takes. I think that's a really common problem with cable boom poles, and this Auray boom pole solves that. I mean, it just does. So that was the first thing I noticed right off the bat, and I think a lot of sound mixers will like that. So when I first picked it up, I thought, oh, I don't know if I want to use this pole because it feels heavy. And then I realized that it's got a counterweight on the bottom, so it actually really helps balance out the pole, especially when you're using a blimp, which we had to use because we were outdoors and we were in some rain as well. It was actually really nice because it counters the weight of the mic in the blimp, so it's easier to hold up for a long period of time. It's also got this rubber end cap on the bottom, which is nice because you can just kind of put the boom pole down on the street in between shots and not worry about it. And by the end of the shoot, I thought, this is great. I really like this pole. I definitely would use it again. We shot for 2 more days using it, and it definitely got put through the paces, and it really performed well. I really like the counterweight. I really like the locking collar mechanism. I was really impressed with it.